Hello, and welcome to another video. Today I've got some updates for the Power Cube to share with you. It's been a little over a year since I did a video like this, and the cube has had some major updates recently, so I would love to show you what's going on with this. If this is your first time seeing this cube on my channel, it is a 360 card vintage cube with a bit of a twist. This cube has a curated extra pack that houses some of the most powerful cards, or cards that otherwise enhance some of the strategies. And this pack is only accessible by drafting the Lore Seeker card. Lore Seeker allows you to add an extra pack into a draft if you would like, but it is optional, so it's up to the drafter if they would like to play the cube as is, or dial it up a bit, which I think is really fun. The first update that we'll go over today is actually for that extra pack. So let's open it up. First, we have two additions to the extra pack. We've got Tidespout Tyrant and Mindbreak Trap, both of which are being moved from the main cube into the extra pack. Mindbreak Trap we moved because there were some storm elements in the extra pack already, so it seemed to make sense to have this go alongside those in the extra pack, rather than stay as kind of a narrow use case in the regular cube. And Tidespout Tyrant was doing alright in the main cube, but was starting to get a little oppressive with the infinite mana, so we opted to make it optional. And then, to make room for this, Teferi Time Raveler was moved from the pack into the main cube, and a Karn Liberated was cut out entirely. But that's it for the extra pack. Alright, moving on to the rest of the cube. We had a massive update this year, with over 50 cards getting swapped out. I won't really go into detail about all of them individually because there are so many. But the overall idea is to continue to modernize the cube and bring it up to an expected draft experience for a vintage cube in 2025, as well as just a more fun and consistent experience. In some cases, cards have been outclassed by newer cards, or their application has started to become too narrow, as themes have phased out and other themes bolstered. We've been working to improve the draft experience by further defining archetypes and trying to reduce chances that decks come out half-baked. Cards that just aren't that fun to play have been removed. And there's also been a push to better equalize the amount of cards in each color. Blue is still, of course, the most represented color, but not by an egregious amount. And the other colors are all reasonably close in count now. And I know just going through a list of cards here isn't going to be super effective at giving you the larger picture of what the cube looks like now. So I'll have a Cube Cobra link in the description where you'll be able to see everything all together if that is helpful. But let's start going through. In no particular order, here are the cards that have been added this year. For white, we have Lauren of the Third Path, Reprieve, Giver of Runes, Hero of Bladehold, Ephemerate, and Palace Jailer. In blue, we've got Kappa Cannoneer, Chart a Course, Remand, Miscalculation, Urza, Lord High Artificer, Force of Negation, and Phyrexian Metamorph. For black, we've got Inquisition of Kozilek, Emperor of Bones, Deep Cavern Bat, Bitter Triumph, Collective Brutality, Troll of Khazad-dûm, Dathi Voidwalker, Barrow-goyf, and a discard card. This is just something that we're kind of messing around with. Right now it is meant to represent any discard spell with mana value 2 or less, as long as it's not already in your deck. So something like Thoughtseize or Inquisition of Kozilek, whatever you want, besides Mind Twist or anything with X in its mana cost. Moving on to red, we've got Gut, True Soul Zealot, Goblin Engineer, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, Inti, Seneschal of the Sun, Lightning Burst, Dragon's Rage Channeler, Bone Crusher Giant, Broadside Bombardiers, and a Pyrogoyf. Just a few additions for green. We've got Malevolent Rumble, Ramanap Excavator, Prop Rotation, Hex Drinker, and Woodfall Primus. For multicolored, we've got Fourth Year Lingus. This is the Teferi Time Raveler from the extra pack. Spell Queller. The worst possible printing of Omnath, Locus of Creation. Psychic Frog. Tomio, Collector of Tales, Renand 6, and Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. And finally, for artifacts, we've got Coveted Jewel, Lava Spur Boots, Sensei's Defining Top, Mishra's Bauble, Nettle Cyst, Basalt Monolith, Currency Converter, Glaring Flesh Raker, and Cauldron Complete. So those are all of the cards that have been added to the cube. Next, we can quickly look at the ones that have been removed. Alright. I only have about half of them here, because this has been a multi-stage process and some of them have already been filed away into our collection. So I'll just show you what I have here, and then I'll throw the missing ones up onto the screen for you. So in white, the only removed card was Wall of Omens. In blue, we took out Tolarian Terror, Search for Azcanta, Gift Sun Given, Submerge, Rewind, Circular Logic, Breakthrough, Cheaty Face, Age in Cataxius Korogger, and Baral, Chief of Compliance. In black, we took out a Yawgmoth's Bargain and Innocent Blood, as well as Mesmeric Fiend, Unburial Rites, and Buried Alive. In red, we removed Young Pyromancer, Stormbreath Dragon, Exquisite Firecraft, Soulscar Mage, Magma Jet, and Manic Vandal, as well as Reckless Bushwhacker, Gorilla Shaman, and Abbot of Carroll Keep. In green, we've got Elfish Archdruid, Den Protector, Wild Mongrel, Veteran Explorer, Nimble Mongoose, and Birchlore Rangers, plus Elvish Harbinger, Fauna Shaman, Explorer, Farseek, and Wirewood Herald. For multicolored, there's Boros Charm, Rakdos Cackler, Dragonlord Atarka, Grim Flayer, Edric, Spymaster of Trust, and a Mystic Snake, plus Rakdos's Return, Geist of Saint Traft, and a Tezzeret, Agent of Bolus. Finally, for colorless, we have All Is Dust and Sword of War and Peace, plus Thran Dynamo, Heart of Kirin, Cephalid Colosseum, and Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale. And there we have it. That is all of the cards that have been moved in and out of the cube this year. I will be doing a new Cube Crack-A-Pack video on Monday with all of these changes in place. So I'm really looking forward to sharing that with you. And I know I'm well overdue for making a better overview video for the cube that breaks down the archetypes and important cards. I made a video like that well over 2 years ago, and it's not really super relevant anymore, so I would love to create a new one. But I'm curious to know your thoughts on these changes. And are you a cube enthusiast, vintage or otherwise? What are your favorite types of cubes to play? Let's talk in the comments. And as always, thank you so much for watching. It would really help me out if you would hit the like button, and please consider subscribing if you haven't already. I put out new Magic the Gathering ASMR videos every Monday and Friday. I truly appreciate all of your support, and I hope you have a wonderful day.